factor. We're pleased to be joined by Newsmax Deputy Health Editor Nick Tate in our Newsmax newsroom. And also joining us, Skyping in, is Betsy McCaughey, that noted health policy expert and former Lieutenant Governor of the state of New York. Betsy, The Hill has an article arguing Obamacare actually fizzled out as a midterm election issue. Do you agree?
I do not agree. Obamacare got trounced last night. The winning senatorial candidates all made Obamacare a key part of their campaign. Joni Ernst is one example. She pledged in some of her TV ads as she was wearing a pistol that she was going to unload on Obamacare when she got into the United States Senate. And the polls show going into this election that Obamacare was more unpopular now than even when it was originally rammed through Congress in 2010.
Well, mindful of that, Betsy, if Mitch McConnell continues as Senate Majority Leader, does he pick up, because what the House voted many times to repeal Obamacare, does he pick up that repeal bill, pass it, and send it to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
He should actually push through several bills to repeal the most offensive parts of Obamacare. Don't just throw us a crumb like repealing the medical device tax, something McConnell has mentioned on occasion. No, we want to repeal the freedom-destroying individual mandate, the job-destroying employer mandate, the bailout on insurance companies, the controls on your doctors, and that slush fund called Navigators that literally just streams money to the NAACP, Planned Parenthood, and SEIU. Those are some of the things that should be repealed. Let's pass them in both houses, put them on the president's desk, and dare him to veto those bills.
I have a question for you, Nick. Regardless of last night's outcomes, is Congress going to remain at a standstill, would you say, on this issue? Or do you think it will become an issue in the 2016 presidential election?
I think, in fact, with the president's stance, he's going to veto any bill that comes to his desk from what we're hearing, even if both branches of Congress pass it for wholesale repeal of the law. What I think is going to happen is there's likely to be in the next couple months negotiated steps that address piecemeal some of the issues that Betsy's talking about. The medical device tax we'll see go away. We may see delays in the implementation of the employer mandate, which kicks in for the first time beginning January 1. We may see some other minor changes in how those the laws are written. And then come January 1, when the Republicans have control of both branches, we may see wider reforms. But I think what's critical is going to be what's going to happen in the next couple months. It'll give us a sense of what the Republicans are going to do in stepping forward. But I would say I think we're not looking for we're not likely to see a short-term solution. This is an issue that's going to last right up until the 2016 elections. And just as the midterms, I've said, were going to be a referendum on Obamacare, I think the presidential election 2016 will again be a referendum on Obamacare.
Well, 2 minutes.
I think Nick's right about that. Some of the repeal bills I just proposed will not get through the president's veto. The president will veto them. But let's make it clear. The American public is not stuck with Obamacare any longer than it's stuck with Obama. The fact is that the health law has enrolled about 6 million people in Medicaid who were previously uninsured, and about 2.5 million in the health insurance exchanges who were previously uninsured. That's only 8.5 million people total out of a nation of 312 million people. This is small potatoes. We can get rid of Obamacare when we get rid of Obama.
But again, you've got this lame duck session. And Betsy, Nick said there would be some, I guess we'd call it nibbling around the edges, trying to do something with this. We're hearing talk that there are more problems with the website. Do you expect some Democrats to agree with the Republicans in the lame duck session and make some improvements?
Oh, yes, because they got their derrieres handed to them last night. Plenty of Democrats are getting increasingly afraid of Obamacare. They didn't want to campaign with the president before, and they don't want to be associated with this health law now. And you bet there are going to be additional problems with the website. That's why the administration, in a faint effort to avoid this route last night, actually postponed the enrollment period until after the election.
Well, it's interesting. You know, it's always good to have you, Betsy, because you can blend the political and the medical so well. And I don't know if we're going to call last night's election a derriere-ectomy or not, but I tell you what, we'll continue this discussion on the other side of the break.